if we think about how we learned about sex, who told you how to have sex? Not just safe sex, but pleasurable sex.
Yeah.
Not my mama.
I'm like, yeah. Welcome to the new season of Listen to Black Women. I'm L'Oreal, and let me tell you something. I don't think y'all are ready for this panel here, right? It's been quite a riot, and we didn't even get started yet. Jessie Woo is here with us.
It still took me years to be comfortable with sex.
Danielle Young is here with us.
It's just so sad that women have this shame when it comes to sex.
Now, Jerrie Johnson is in the building, okay?
I'ma do whatever I feel in the moment that I feel it.
And last, Miss Torrei Hart.
I used to sneak and do a lot of stuff because I didn't feel like I could talk to my mom.
We all love the show Harlem. You do your thing in there, and you play Ty, who is very into her sexuality, right? And she's free. Is this something that when you saw the character that you were like, okay, I can relate to this?
No, I was very much like, one, I love that it's good writing. When they were asking like, how comfortable do you feel like with your nipples out, or how comfortable you feel? And I'm like, I got this body once. I'm gonna be 25 once. If there's any time I'm gonna have these titties out, it's now. You know what I mean? But for me, I think the biggest part was to try to showcase as much as I had power over real queer sex. Like, I love making love to women. I love when women feel pleasure. You know what I mean? It was also important for me to show that femininity in the sexuality as well, and that versatility, because I'm verse.
But we're more hesitant into showing more of ourselves because we are judged, especially Black women. Because if we see Taylor Swift sleeping with this man and next week she got another man and singing about another man, I ain't never really hear her being called a hoe like Lori Harvey gets called a hoe.
Right.
Yeah.
Who I only might have seen. We don't even know she's sleeping with some of these men.
Right.
We don't know what any of these people are
Right.
doing. But it's very sad that it has to always come to the point.
Be our own.
Yeah, you
That's-
gotta
you
hide.
gotta change that.
Yeah.
Also, though, I think white women just get this privilege that Black women or Hispanic women, other women just will never have. White women are revered. Like, there's a whole culture around protecting the white woman.
So many Black women have died.
Okay?
And black
men have died behind the
protection of
sexuality of a white woman and the protection of, you know, the sexuality of that white woman.
And now they all look like light-skinned Black women to me. I can't tell. Taylor Swift is the last white woman alive.
She's very vanilla.
She's the only one I know.
She's the only
one. The rest of them, I'm like,
That's a plain vanilla
I
yogurt.
said Keisha. Oh no, that's Sally. That's Sally. Sorry, girl.
Now, Jessie, you came up with a term. Zozo?
Yeah.
Oh!
Zozo. Tell me what Zozo, with the Zozo.
Zozo is a penis.
Whoa.
It's a
Zozo.
penis, but we say it in Creole.
Okay.
Like, when I first started making content, I did talk a lot about, like, sex. But when I would talk about it, I would talk about either, like, past experiences or experiences from friends. And even then, it was seen as, oh, my God, like, why are you talking about this? I'm like, we're all getting, ain't we? And so, yeah, in my culture, it was really horrible to say it. Like, it was horrible, like, as a Haitian girl to acknowledge that you have had sex. I started having sex at 19. I didn't tell my mom, like, she kept talking to me like I was a virgin. And then I was like, you know, Mom, I had sex. What? I come from a very religious background.
Right.
And so I remember, like, I fell into a deep depression, and I went into a revival my friend was having at a Jamaican church. I'm like, you know, I'm going to hell. I'm dying. It's over for me.
Damn.
And he came to me and he said, Miss, God is telling me to tell you to forgive yourself. He's already forgiven you. I adopted a new outlook on it, but it still took me years to be, like, comfortable with sex.
I think that, like, especially with your Haitian background, I have a Southern American background, and it has a lot of shame attached to sex, especially for women. And growing up in my household, there was 3 of us sisters and 3 brothers. And so it was never told to the boys to, you know, to treat women well or to be respectful. The conversations were given to us,
Of course.
to not be sluts, to not open our legs, to basically to not have sex at all.
Yeah.
So similar to y'all, I didn't start having sex until I was 20. And I basically wanted to do so because I felt, I didn't feel pretty. I wanted to be wanted. And so I started having sex as a hoe. Like I just, just was out here in college and just spreading it wide.
Laying it low.
And laying it low.
But most people do that, so don't feel bad.
Well, no, I don't feel bad. It was great. Had a great time.
I'm sitting here with a
Wonderful.
smile.
It's just so sad that women, especially Black women in my experience, have this shame and this like barrier of religion when it comes to sex.
And the thing is that the religion factor takes the pleasure out of it.
Exactly.
Because it's like almost immediately I'm already
You're
thinking
guilty.
about
You gotta fall
I'm
down
going
at
to
the
hell.
altar.
Yeah, now I have to go repent. Now I have to go.
And in Europe, they're having a conversation so early in America. Most people have their first time in places like cars, whereas in Europe, most of the time it's in your house, and your mom is like, here's the protection. In America, if you like somebody has a condom, right? When you're younger, it's like, ew, why do you have a condom? Are you having sex?
Yeah.
But in Europe, it's like, why don't you?
Like we should.
You need to, and so the culture is just different.
true.
The way we talk about it is surrounded in so much shame that we grow up being like, and it's not until we get in our 30s when we're like, actually, I gotta figure out what the fuck this is.
Can I add
And
one
what I
last
like.
thing too? Have y'all moms ever talked to y'all pleasurefully about sex? Like I realized, I remember one time my mom was like, when you get married, you can live with your husband. We can all live together because like in Haiti it's so communal. You live on top of each other. And I was like, no, like what about when we have sex and I'm screaming?
Oh.
And she's like, why are you screaming during sex? Right. And I'm like, because I'm coming.
Yeah.
Oh, you said that to your mom?
Yes.
Oh,
And
no, I
it's
still wouldn't say that to my
I
mom, but
realized
shit.
that coming was not a priority for my mother.
Yes.
And my mother had 4 kids.
And it came once.
And they came once.
But Torrei, that makes me think about you because you have a daughter.
Right.
So do you talk to? She's not having sex yet, as far as you know.
No, we are very open.
And you
We
talk about-
we talk about everything. I'm the mom that I get to the nitty gritty. We
Yeah,
talk
she
about
ain't
I
having no
don't-
sex yet.
And
So-
was that ever a difficulty for you because you
Never.
didn't have that, right?
Well,
You
no,
said your mother.
my grandmother was a minister. 2 aunts are ministers. 3 uncles are ministers.
So there was a
So-
talk about
so-
the
Your
I
house
have-
was the church.
Yeah.
That's why I moved far away from all of them to Los Angeles because I was like, I don't like this. It feels like a cult in a sense. Yes, I used to sneak and do a lot of stuff because I didn't
See,
feel like I
yeah.
could talk to my mom.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah. So therefore, my daughter, like anything she wants to do, I'm like, come to me first, talk to me. Anything, I will not judge you. It's an open door for you.
The crazy thing is, I had a young mom, and I was always like, la 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 la.
She was trying to talk
She
to
was
you.
talking about, oh my God, she was always, and my mom worked at the bar. Oh, she was a
your
hot
mom was, yes.
girl. And so my sisters and my cousins was all f***ing and stuff like that. I was like, I'm not gonna have sex until I'm married. I put that on myself. I'm like,
Yeah.
moms are supposed to be in the house cooking and doing. She was outside. My mom was on cops twice. This bitch was outside. Okay.
No, she wasn't on cops.
swear to
right?
God.
Not on cops twice.
Let's talk about it for real.
Right, yeah. Hey.
Yes. And she has, in 2019, she passed away, right? But before she did, I feel like we were mending or getting closer to each other.
Right.
But I love that woman because I feel
Alleged.
like I am as bold as I am because of her.
Because of Milton.
I don't have that shame, and I feel so
Yeah.
accepting of people because of that.
But it
That's
all
beautiful.
makes sense though. Even like when I think about myself, my mother's an ordained minister. So when I sit here and listen to what everybody's saying, we all have that common ground where church was in our household. So maybe that's where our shame towards each other
Sure.
starts coming out.
Like you can't shame people out of being sexual.
Right.
Like that's just not, it's not gonna work.
Do you think it's necessary to have a whole phase throughout
Oh,
your
yeah.
life?
Yes.
Within your
Yeah.
life?
Yes,
do?
I
I
agree
had
on that.
I had been with this guy for 5 years, so I wasn't really having sex with a lot of people. And so for one summer, I said, I'm gonna do whatever I feel in the moment that I feel it. There was this time where I was at this bar having this meeting with this girl, and this bartender was just giving me the eyes and just kept giving me these blueberry mojitos or something. And the bar was kind of empty. So I was like, I'm gonna go use the bathroom. And I'm like, there's no toilet paper in the bathroom. There was. But I was like, there's no toilet paper in the bathroom. And so he's like, oh, okay, I got you. And so
This is a good story, y'all.
And so, and he come to get me the toilet paper, and we end up in the freezer. In the freezer.
I'll cheers to that. I guess I never had a whole face then, because what in the... Come on.
I don't know. I'm gonna have sex in the freezer if I want to have sex with the freezer.
Sometimes.
You know what I mean? Now I could get down. 'Cause I got a sex positive family. Okay. I come from a sex positive mother. I'm one of 7. She got all different daddies. Okay, Johnny maybe it's crazy.
Oh,
Period.
okay.
Now, why your mama catch a stray like that?
She know what it is.
I feel like it's totally opposite for me in the sense like I really do agree that women should have a whole phase. Every time I've tried to have a whole phase, I always run into somebody with a very small penis.
Oh
Every
my
time.
God, that's awful.
And it's just like, I feel like that's
You a house, so move on.
Yeah, no, I can't. I can't.
Should.
I remember last year, literally, I tried it back to back. I was like, okay, Lord. And
That's
mind
it.
you, I was down in Jamaica.
Just
You
a
don't
joke.
have no small penis in Jamaica.
Jamaica.
Jesse, we
Yeah, you
want to
did,
know.
obviously.
Jesse, we want to know.
How small is
We
small?
want to know.
Yeah, how
Oh,
small?
He was too small.
And see, I had a
Like
whole
falling in
phase
love with
later
an
on in life because I got married super young, and so it's like it's kind of hard to hoe at 40. You know what I mean? Like it's a little harder to hoe.
I know a lot of hoes that
Oh,
Come to Atlanta, Tori.
Because I'm
All the hoes is 40 and over.
it's just harder. Like the pickings are slimmer. You know.
No.
But I want to hear about your whole face.
I'm in the middle of it.
Make some noise. We gotta support our sister.
Listen.
Come on now.
No, I love a good hoe phase. I'm a believer of after breakup hoe phase.
Nice.
Yeah, especially that. That was my last one before this one. Which was really great. A Jamaica hoe phase, which was great. I booked a solo trip, but at one point I had gone and got a massage, and I came back to the bar, and then I turn around and there's this like Winston from the house.
Winston.
Like muscular, chocolate, white teeth, everything was working, and I wasted literally no time from the time that we met. It was until the time I was walking with him back to my room. It was maybe 15 minutes.
Wow. I love
That to me is hope. That to me says hope.
It's funny we talk about this because you said something on your page, Jerry, that was like you want to be the gigolo. Don't let me misquote
I
you.
remember that
The
shit.
gigolo of helping women learn the pleasure.
So,
is that what it is?
Nice that you mentioned that. There's a lot of women who have not experienced pleasure.
Yup.
Right? It's something about giving women the power to know, hey, this is not actually what I like, and also the language to say,
Oh, yeah.
actually, if you go down and you go this way, that's gonna get me right where I'm going. But if you never are with a person that you're comfortable enough exploring that, or even have had the chance to have somebody open the conversation up, you're not gonna know that.
Yep.
And so let me come suck your tell you what's working. You know
Oh.
what I mean?
Oh, so every woman though? Because you said every woman.
I don't want to
You
say
said every woman.
Where's the sign-up sheet for that?
And I'm like, is the whole phase over or are we in it?
No. I am currently not in my hoe phase. I am currently not.
No, but
a
I'm
gigolo.
saying, can we sign up for the service?
Where the suck?
And that's what I'm saying. That's the service that I wanted to provide, and not just with me and
You
other
mean you just
people.
gonna have people that you pay to go and do it, and they collect?
Yeah.
I'm about to say your jaw gonna hurt.
So you was hiding flights.
I see a future here.
I see.
You know what I mean? If we think about how we learned about sex,
Yeah.
like who had a conversation with you about sex? Who told you how to have sex? Who told you how to have sex? Not just safe sex, but pleasurable sex.
Yeah.
Not my mama.
I want to wrap this up and just say thank y'all, everybody, for being so open about everything you've been through. I know it's not easy because they get on here and they start judging us about the things we say. But we're being open because there's other Black women that are going through the same things that we went through. This is Listen to Black Women. I want to thank y'all so much for joining us. I'm L'Oreal, and we're going to get out of here.
Yeah.